Hello and welcome to the behind the scenes of the Better Than Ever EP by BRND. My name is Justin Sinclair and I was the mastering engineer on this EP. And today we're going to go through the behind the scenes from my point of view. So first things first, how did I get involved? Well, I've worked with Brandon BRND before. I've wrote 2 songs for him, I've produced a song for him, I've done a music video for him, and I've done album art for him. So I've done a wide range of things for him, and also played bass on his first ever song. So I've always been in close contact with what he's been doing, and I heard that he was making an EP. It was originally going to be a 6-song EP, and I was like, wow, he's been quiet for so long and he's going to drop this on us. So I gave him a message. I said, how's the EP going? And he said, to be honest, I'm trying to get the best songs that I can, so I might cut 1 or 2 songs off the EP. And I went, okay, well, look forward to hearing it, mate. 2 months went by, didn't hear a thing. So I messaged him again. I was like, you're right, man, how's the EP going? And he went, yeah, I'm just in the middle of mixing it. And I went, look, mate, if you need any help with it, such as mixing, mastering, production, drop me a text, I'll be happy to help. And he went, okay. And then in the afternoon, he texted me and said, you know what? I could use your help with doing the master. So we drew up a contract and then we got in straight to work. So let's talk about my work. He sent me the mix down of all the 4 songs. So that is I Did It, Mine, More Than Friends, and Won't Let Go. And I had to listen to it, and I told him my thoughts, and then I went straight to work. Now, BRND trusts me, so there wasn't really a big long list of a brief of what to do. He just trusted me to master it. All he said is wants the low end to stick out, so the kick and bass, and the high end, so the melodies and the vocals. Other than that, have fun. So I'm not going to go into in depth of how to do this master because this is not a tutorial video. I don't have Logic out, I don't have my setup out. All I'm going to say is just a basic understanding of what I did. So I used stuff like distortions, saturations, EQ, compression and automation to really get the sound of the master. Now the funny thing is I've mixed for BRND before, and he's always told me to stay away from vintage gear, such as vintage 60s compressors and 70s compressors. He always says to me, keep it in this decade, Justin. Use digital compressors. And so I did at the start. With this EP, I did start using digital compressors. And I was thinking, you know what? If I want that thick, vintage, saturated tape sound, I'm not going to achieve it by using modern technology. So I use the 60s and 70s compressors, and I haven't told Brand this, but hey, that's what I used, and it worked. It got a sound that it liked, and it sounded nice and thick with a thick bottom end, so we really heard the bass. That was what I was trying to go for, thick bottom end and nice upper mid, so you can hear his vocals really great. There wasn't much problems really mastering all that. The problem we had was when I first sent my first take, he was like, oh, the vocals were a little bit too compressed. So I just did a readjustment on the parameters, and then he's like, mate, that's superb. So it was really easy to do, and it only took me a week to master the EP, and I'm really happy with what I've made. So now we're going to have a listen to mine when he first sent me the mix down, and then listen after of what I did with the master. So let's have a listen.
Times are changing inside of my mind, thinking of the things that passed me by. I know for a fact you won't change my mind. I don't really care about you this time. With that fake love, fake stuff, that fake life, hate crimes. She don't care about that, she just wants to be mine. Times are changing inside of my mind, thinking of the things that passed me by. I know for a fact you won't change my mind. I don't really care about you this time. With that fake love, fake stuff, that fake life, hate crimes. She don't care about that, she just wants to be mine. Just wants to be mine. I could be yours again, you could be mine. Saying our feelings before we're saying goodbye. I don't wanna die, I wanna live for the rest of my life. Thinking about a better life, nothing better with you by my side. I remember the time that you said that you wanted somebody that could treat you the best. Nothing else is fair in this world, so everybody else can give it a rest. me a lie, I'm making my ex. Never thought that I'd send you a times are changing inside of my mind. Thinking of the things that passed me by. I know for a fact you won't change my mind. I don't really care about you this time. With that fake love, fake stuff, that fake life, hate crimes. She don't care about that, she just wants to be mine. Times are changing inside of my mind. Thinking of the things that passed me by. I know for a fact you won't change my mind. I don't really care about you this time. With that fake love, fake stuff, that fake life, hate crimes. She don't care about that, she just wants to be mine. Just wants to be mine. I could be yours again, you could be mine. Saying our feelings before we're saying goodbye. I don't wanna die, I wanna live for the rest of my life. Thinking about a better life, nothing better with you by my side. I remember the time that you said that you wanted somebody that could treat you the best. Nothing else is fair in this world, so everybody else can give it a rest. Tell me a lie.
So hopefully you've enjoyed that. Now I'm going to talk about what I enjoyed about this EP. So we're going to go through track by track. Because it's very easy for you to master something and say, yeah, it's good just because I worked on it. But no, when I first heard these mixes, even before I touched the songs, I was like, oh, I enjoy this. So we've got song 1, I Did It. Got a strong drum kick sound, a solid song, and I love the wordplay at the end of the filter. It'll be a good song, good song. Next we've got Mine, which is a single. This is the best song on the EP, hands down. Really hopeful sound, especially with that guitar. And I'm going to get personal now, but there's a Linkin Park album out there called One More Light. Yes, I know, it's controversial. It's a controversial album, but I really enjoy it. And a year ago I said to Brandon, you remind me actually of that album in a bit. Take that as a compliment because I really enjoy that album. And he listened to it and he's like, yeah, sort of, not really, I see what you mean. But in my head, I always wanted to make a song with BRND that sounded like something off One More Light. And I said, oh, we should do something like Nobody Can Save Me off the opening track on the album. We should do something like that, you know, the pitch vocal samples and the keyboard stabs. We should do it, you know what I mean? And maybe some guitar in there and put some singing in there. Then there's a bit of rapping, and you know, I was really excited, really like, yeah, we should do it. So he's like, no, not really. Like, but he didn't want to be rude about it, so I was like, oh, okay. But when he sent me Mine, I heard it, I'm like, oh, this reminds me of Invisible, Goodbye, and Nobody Can Save Me. And I was ecstatic, especially that bass sound. And just like the use of synthesizers and keys and the guitars, like, oh, this sounds like it could be on One More Light. You know what I mean? We just need Chester Bennington and Mike Shinoda to get on it. Brand, I really like this. I'm like, this is like One More Light. This is like what I was saying to you earlier. You should make, and you said you wouldn't, and here you are. So that's why I'm really happy to work on this song and master it, because now I'm actually making One More Light-esque content with Brand. So what goes around comes around. So that's a personal story from me. Yeah, it's just a really, really great song in general. Really good bass sound, catchy, and brilliant instrumental. Next is More Than Friends. It's a nice little love song and gives you a breather from everything we've just gone through. And it's a great choice of a sample. Really good choice for a sample. Massive hit of a song. Next is Won't Let Go, which also has a sample. It's short, sweet, lyrics are easy to follow along, nice snare sound, and it's a harmless song. And I did something really nice with the reverb at the end. As the sample's fading out, I put the reverb on a cathedral reverb and brought it up and up. So it kind of, whoa, it's over, the EP, and it glistens away. And I really, really like that. And now every time I listen to it, I'll be like, yeah, I like that. And hopefully other people will enjoy that. So overall, that's really why I like this EP, and I've really, really thoroughly enjoyed mastering it. And Brand's production always has a really fresh and professional sound. I never found myself going, oh, this is not produced well, I just was like, oh, I've got a job to do it, and it was all done professionally. I gave it great service, he says, and I'm happy to keep mastering more of his stuff and maybe even mix some of his stuff to the end of time, really, because I've really enjoyed it. And especially if he keeps making songs like that as well, it's going to be really great. So overall, thanks for watching and have a good day.
This grief.